Rapid fire. Everything that mattered for fantasy football in week 4. Vikings, Steelers. Another solid in real life, mediocre in fantasy performance for Aaron Rodgers. Leave him on the waivers. Even people like me who've won 36% of their fantasy football leagues over the last 20 plus years make stupid mistakes like sleeping in and leaving Jalen Warren in your lineup. Sorry if you did that too. Kenneth Gainwell did a great job of proving my running back philosophy that anyone can succeed in the right environment, right game script. This is a guy who was utterly mediocre for his whole entire career up until today, had the spotlight and took advantage of it. Worth a pickup in middle to deep leagues, but don't be too excited. Jalen Warren will be back and still have a role. Rob Caleb Johnson, pray that something changes by the end of the season and he makes a playoff run. I like DK Metcalf, but he's kind of reliant on these big 80-yard touchdowns to have good performances. Only getting 5 targets is not going to cut it most weeks. Still have him as a borderline top 20 wide receiver though, just because that big play upside, and he is doing better in Pittsburgh. I rank every single player in the NFL at my site fansports.com. You can check it out there. I'm trying to update the rankings every single day, give you the best rankings on the internet. I highlighted Carson Wentz going into this week as a sneaky pickup if he was available. He did not disappoint. 21 fantasy points. Justin Jefferson looked great. Remains a top 3 fantasy receiver. We want to see some touchdowns in the future. They'll come. Jordan Addison had a big play, has made big plays throughout his career. I think this will remain. He's around the top 30 range for wide receiver. Drop TJ Hawkinson with the bye week coming up. He only had an 11% target share, 5 targets on 45 passes. Disappointing game from Jordan Mason. He will have better games in the future. Decent buy low, but he doesn't have a great upcoming schedule for the next couple weeks. Texans, Titans. Titans offense looked terrible. Stream defenses against them. Arizona, Las Vegas, New England are the next 3 up. Cam Ward will have some better games. He could be a sneaky good QB by the end of the season. Tony Pollard was actually efficient still despite his game script. I still consider him an RB3, RB2 flex type. You can officially consider my guy, Eli Manor, the number 1 receiver on this team. He's worth a pickup if he's still available. More than double the number of targets of Calvin Ridley, who I think is officially a drop at this point. CJ Stroud had his best game of the season so far. Still not very interesting in fantasy because he doesn't rush, doesn't get enough volume. I called Woody Marks in one of my very first videos I ever posted about fantasy football. I called him this year's Bucky Irving. I think that could actually come true. My AI models did, after all, project the Texans to have one of the best environments for a running back with a decent enough offense, a solid defense, and a solid offensive line. Nick Chubb is gross, but he's going to have a role still. He is worth rostering as a bye week filler. This is what Nico Collins does. He gets a 1 or 2 big plays and salvages his day. It's not going to be quite as good as people thought, but still a wide receiver 1. Eagles, Buccaneers. Love what Jalen Hurts did. Even without rushing touchdowns, a very solid game. Don't expect the same magic from Saquon this year, but buy low if you can. He's still an RB1. I ranked AJ Brown and Devontae Smith lower than any other expert going into the season because I didn't see the volume in this offense to maintain 2 successful wide receivers. Dallas Goedert will do this and have 2 touchdowns, but he's still a very mid tight end, borderline droppable most of the week. Baker Mayfield was overdrafted going into the season, but he's still solid at quarterback. He chucks the ball down the field. Bucky Irving finally had a breakout game. I hope you bought low like I advised. Yeah, I feel good about Egbuka, putting him as a top 12 wide receiver. He's going to stay there until Mike Evans is back. Sneaky buy low for Chris Godwin. I love that he got 10 targets equal to Egbuka's, and he's going to have bigger weeks ahead when he gets ramped up. My wife and daughter are still asleep. That means it's time to film part 2. Check it out coming soon. Thank you guys for spending a couple minutes of your day with me. Stay learning. Check out fansports.com. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh yeah, and please do not use the trade analyzer feature. I'm getting way too many trades. This was a bad idea to create this tool.